the House yesterday and the threat of the government shutdown, which really now is a very real possibility. You spoke very passionately on the floor of the House yesterday, and I want to play a little bit from that.
The only thing worse than closing down the United States government is closing down an innocent bystander with not a dime in this fight, the capital city of the United States. Free the budget of the District of Columbia. Don't close down the nation's capital.
What do you think the direct effect would be on D.C. if the government shuts down, and what kind of preparations have you put into place?
Well, of course, you see the madness. The country now is thinking about the close down of the country or the government of the country, and here I've got two things to think about. Because the district's budget, $8 billion that we raise in this city by ourselves, has to come to Congress before we can spend a dime of it. And since Congress hasn't passed any of its appropriations, the District of Columbia is stuck there. What is happening now is that the mayor of the District of Columbia is engaged in exactly what the agencies, the federal agencies, are doing, and that is contingency preparations for a possible shutdown. The last time that occurred in 2011, it cost the city $131,000 in 3,000 hours. That's money down the drain, but we had to do it because we weren't sure whether there'd be a shutdown. When Newt Gingrich was the Speaker of the House, he recognized that and by the way, the government shut down several times under Gingrich, but he worked with me to keep the District of Columbia open, because therein lies the services that go to everybody, not just residents of the District of Columbia, of course, but the federal agencies and the embassies and the like.
And Delegate, I'd like to turn quickly now to the Navy Yard shooting last week. Now, back in January, following the Newtown shooting, D.C.'s Mayor Vincent Gray talked to the Washington Post about Washington's strict gun laws, saying, quote, "We don't have a foolproof system, but it's hard for me to envision it happening in the District of Columbia, given the constraints that people have and would have to overcome to be able to pull that off." Now, you called Washington the safest city in the United States. Do you still believe that that's true?
Well, I certainly wasn't talking about hometown Washington. I was talking about the security of official Washington that has been put up since 9/11, and that has made this the safest city in security terms in the United States and probably in the world. But you see that even with that, all that's gone into it, billions of dollars, a man was able to get into the Navy Yard with a sawed-off shotgun and kill 12 people, one of them a district resident, Arthur Daniels. So we see that there's got to be something wrong with the security clearances. There doesn't seem to be as much wrong with the security, and there's a difference between those two things.
And I just want to ask you quickly about an event that's taking place tonight. The President is speaking at a dinner for the Congressional Black Caucus, of which you're a member. What are the issues that you want to hear him address tonight?
Well, the Black Caucus wants to hear the President address how he's going to, in the remaining years of his term, close what is now a widening gap between the poor and the middle class and the very rich. We want to hear that economic message. We also want to hear a voting rights message, because the Voting Rights Act was taken down by the Supreme Court, and we need his help to get it reinstated. So there really are a number of different issues that we are hungry to hear the President speak about, but those would be the top two, I think.
All right, Delegate Eleanor Holmes Norton, thank you so much for your time this afternoon.